Hi and welcome to Peak Survival. I have the pleasure of having Noel with me. If you don't know Noel, he's climbed the highest mountain on each continent. About 200 people have accomplished this, but what makes Noel even more amazing is the fact that he broke the world record by returning to sea level using only human power. So that means biking or running down. So this is Noel.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So tell me about your experience on these summits.
This started off about 4 years ago in Aconcagua, and obviously logistics to get there and back is the hardest part. But Aconcagua, and then I cycled through Chile to the sea, and that was number one done. And once I decided, well, that's one done, you have to do it for the highest one next. So obviously Everest was the highest one of the seven, and the way I looked at it is that if I couldn't do Everest, there's no point in doing all the rest of them because your challenge is over.
And how does someone train for something like this?
A lot of it's mentally. Yes, you need a certain amount of fitness, but a lot of it's mental because you could be sitting in a tent for 5 days and moving over, and that's where it really cracks the fittest of the fittest, where they can't really sit and do nothing.
So what did you do while you were just camping? I know a lot of people like to keep journals as a way to keep busy.
I would always keep a detailed account of my journey, but I'm not one of these ones that reads books, so I couldn't really sit in my tent and read books. So it's just really, whenever you're with other people, you just sit and chat and you talk about the same thing maybe 10 times in one day.
We do a lot of gear review on our channel, so I'm sure a lot of viewers want to know what are the key things that you need to have with you if you're going to do something like this.
I think for a challenge like this here, you definitely need boots, because once your feet goes, there's nothing else you can keep going on. It's not too bad. Gloves, yes, you can have a bad finger or a bad hand, you can stay going through the mountains, but once your feet goes, that's really everything. So a good pair of boots and make sure they're fit before you go to the climbs.
What is probably the most commonly made mistake on climbs like these?
I think the main mistake is people don't go prepared. They go to the mountain and they don't have the right gear. So it's having the right gear before you go there and not finding out whenever you get out there that your socks aren't warm enough or your gloves aren't warm enough. So always go for something that you feel is going to be too warm rather than something and skimping and saving.
Right. And another question I have for you is like health. Has anything happened to you on any of these journeys, or something that's happened to people with you? Have you experienced any health issues?
On my first attempt on Everest in 2005, just above 7,000 metres, I had retinal hemorrhage, which then put me off. I couldn't go any higher. I rang doctors, and they says that if you go any higher, there's a chance of permanent blindness, and there's no mountain worth that. So I come off the mountain and went back in 2006 and had no problems at all with my eyes.
Oh my gosh, you're very lucky. And your last the segment, going to sea level, talk to us about that a little bit.
The last one was in January this year, just past, or January this year. We climbed Mount Vincent, and then we skied from base camp down to Hercules Inlet, which is the frozen sea. So it was basically a climb and then a 300-kilometre ski to sea level, pulling all your gear within the sledge.
Wow, that's really impressive. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our viewers?
I think a lot of people out there think that it can't be done, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. But if you put your mind to it, basically everybody can do whatever they want to do. People say, I think I could never climb that, I could never do that. But if you put your mind to it and train hard and take the wise gear list with you, people say, I'm not taking this, I'm not taking that. But take more than what you actually need, and then whenever you get onto the climb, you don't need to carry everything whenever you're going for summit.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So that was Noel. We're hopefully going to be able to post some videos of his journey, so stay tuned for that. And thanks for joining us on Peak Survival.